like never before. And if this footage really exists, it could reveal a side of Hollywood's elite that's been hidden for years. Let's rewind a bit. Demi Moore and Diddy didn't exactly seem like the type who'd hang out back in the day, right? I mean, she was ruling Hollywood with movies like Ghost, while he was dominating the hip-hop world. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll find these two actually crossed paths more than you'd think, meeting at exclusive Hollywood events, making public appearances, and sparking curiosity about their friendship. People saw them together at parties, award shows, and suddenly, the unexpected duo didn't seem so strange. But here's the kicker. Now that these allegations are coming to light, people are questioning if Demi's connection to Diddy went beyond just friendly hangouts. With new accusations and Busby's claims, fans are wondering if this friendship was hiding a much darker story. To add to her Moore's controversial ties to Diddy, in a revealing Good Morning America interview, she spoke openly about a traumatic mistreatment she endured at 15. According to Demi, a man she found in her home claimed her mother had accepted $500 to give him. Describing it in her memoir, Inside Out, as a devastating betrayal, Demi shared how her mother's choices put her in harm's way, even taking her to bars as a teen to attract male attention. This experience left Demi with emotional scars and a feeling of betrayal that's hard to imagine. Now, with Demi's name surfacing in the scandal surrounding Diddy's controversial gatherings, many are questioning if the trauma she endured as a teen might have led her down this dark path. Some fans believe that Demi's painful experiences may have created patterns in her adult life, ones that pushed her into Diddy's circle, where similar issues of power and vulnerability allegedly played out. Now, here's where things get uncomfortable. Busby says there's footage of underage guests at these parties, and with Demi's name connected, people are starting to freak out. The idea that there's actual video evidence linking Hollywood A-listers to these wild parties? That's something no one expected. Demi has definitely had her fair share of controversies, but these new claims are on another level.
And within me, I was in a place that was thinking, wow, how did I get in here? Isn't this interesting? And then my very next thought was, oh, I wonder if I can get out.
If the tapes are real, it's not just about Hollywood stars hanging out at parties. It's about what might have been happening behind closed doors. Fans are starting to ask some serious questions about Demi's Hollywood image and what might have been kept hidden. People are also remembering a very unsettling clip from Demi's younger days. Back when she was just 19, there's footage of her 15-year-old co-star, Philip Tanzini, multiple times.
The world of celebrities frequently serves as a backdrop for both scandal and inspiration. Today, however, a lawyer has unveiled an audio recording featuring none other than Bishop T.D. Jakes, sparking surprise and controversy worldwide. The revelation has left people in shock, and just when you thought you'd seen it all, even Diddy's star-studded parties seem tame compared to this stunning twist. Get ready, because this revelation may just blow your mind.
With these new allegations linking Demi to Diddy's parties, people are questioning if there's a pattern here. Is this resurfaced clip just a one-off awkward moment? Or could it be connected to her presence at these infamous parties? And that's not the only thing coming back to haunt her. Remember her relationship with Ashton Kutcher? Demi was 16 years older than Ashton, which raised eyebrows in the tabloids, but now it's adding fuel to the fire. With rumors about underage guests and her being part of Diddy's parties, people are questioning if Moore's history with younger men is more than just a preference.
Yeah. Like my addiction to Ashton, and that was probably almost more devastating.
Absolutely.
Because it took me seriously away emotionally.
This isn't just about a Hollywood age gap. It's making fans wonder if there was something deeper going on in her relationships and if her connection to Diddy's crowd had any influence. But here's where it gets even more interesting. When Demi first started dating Ashton, he and Diddy were practically inseparable. They were seen all over Hollywood, clubbing together, and Diddy even called their friend group a rat pack, with Jamie Foxx often tagging along. But when Ashton got serious with Demi, Diddy hinted that Ashton's relationship was putting a damper on their wild nights. Some fans think Ashton's relationship with Demi brought her closer into Diddy's circle than we realized. Did Ashton unknowingly pull Demi into this whole mess? Let's fast forward. With Busby's claims coming out, Demi's connection to Diddy looks way more complicated. We're not just talking about a fun, casual friendship anymore. It's about whether she was really attending these controversial gatherings. If she was there, it's not just her Hollywood cool girl image that's on the line. It's raising questions about what she might have seen, or even participated in, at these parties. And now, Diddy's legal troubles are reaching a breaking point. He's facing charges that are way beyond the usual Hollywood scandal. We're talking accusations of illegal activities, and underage guests at his infamous parties. And with a trial date set, if Diddy's found guilty, he could be facing life behind bars. But here's the thing, Demi's alleged involvement adds a whole new layer to this. If her name gets pulled into Diddy's case, this could be one of Hollywood's biggest scandals ever. Diddy's defense team is scrambling to protect him, but if the evidence is as strong as Busby says, it's not looking good. Busby's even hinted that more big names could be connected to this case. For Demi, if she's part of this inner circle, her career could be in serious jeopardy. This isn't just about Diddy anymore, it's about the Hollywood elite who were either willing participants or silent bystanders.
Addiction is in the history of my family.
We all know Demi's life hasn't been a walk in the park. She grew up around addiction and trauma, and she's been open about how she once saved her mom from an overdose. That kind of experience sticks with you, and fans are wondering if her own battles with addiction made her more vulnerable to the Hollywood crowd she found herself around. When Demi married Ashton Kutcher, her struggle with sobriety reached a breaking point. After 20 years of staying sober, she felt pressured to fit in with Ashton's younger lifestyle. She even admitted in her memoir that on a trip to Mexico, Ashton convinced her to break her sobriety. From there, things spiraled, leading her into some of the lowest points in her life.
This story, where religion and celebrity intersect in unimaginable ways, acts as a metaphor for the tumultuous journey ahead. Picture a man wandering to a shadowy forest in search of guidance, only to become ensnared in a tangled web of doubt and confusion.
Posted a video of his upcoming Halloween party featuring Chris Brown. It looks like it's gonna be crazy. You had made mention about Jamie Foxx, or he had made mention himself in a special talking about his almost losing his life, and his hospitalization was due to Diddy. There are stories of him getting beat up and getting put, but I know he was on a movie set, but something from an altercation or something from drug related that was given to him.
Diddy will pull up and get wild with you by himself.
Oh.
Like he's not soft. So that's the whole thing with him, like,
He'll pull up and take something like it.
Bro, he'll pull up and, he slapped Drake.
He did, and everyone looked over that.
Oh, I'm not gonna call him a gangster, but he be on some tough shit, bro. And it'll piss you off, like with his son with the lip gloss on and the waves all the time.
Yeah,
he sweat he a gangster, bro. I mean, like, bro, we gotta get crazy with you in here.
I mean, anyone who probably do a line of cocaine will feel all kind of invincible. Will feel all kind of courageous.
With money?
With money, I believe they'll do a lot outside a normal man, who's rational, and just say, "Let me post up." But let me get your take on with Jamie Foxx, because mind you, Diddy parties and Jamie Foxx parties were the two black Hollywood elite parties that you would always hear about. That was like, you gotta be there to see it. For him to say that I was hospitalized possibly because of something that happened with Diddy.
He thought he was gonna tell.
Ooh.
So look, shout out Big Dugard, my right hand man. Shout out folks. He have a very interesting Jamie Foxx story. I don't know if you know about this or seen it.
No.
Give us a Cliff Notes.
I'm gonna let him come on here and tell that, but I'll say this though.
I know he said something about Jamie Foxx in a bathroom.
It wasn't Jamie Foxx in the bathroom, it was his party.
Okay, it was his party, and then the bathroom situation went down.
While these parties have long been the stuff of urban legends, this new revelation introduces a layer of complexity and darkness that few could have anticipated. Unlike your typical Hollywood events, these legendary gatherings are defined by extravagance, secrecy, and a hedonistic atmosphere that pushes the boundaries of what is publicly deemed acceptable.
And just because they married, that don't mean shit, because they got lavender marriages.
Yeah, man. And they be,
you know what a lavender marriage is, right?
Is it kind of like a beard where a woman kind of fronts like a, yeah.
And vice versa. Like, allegedly, I believe when I first saw Gabrielle Union, right? Allegedly, I believe she was a lesbian because I seen her in clubs hanging out with people, and she was with women, right? So when I see her with Dwayne Wade later, I always thought she was gay or lesbian. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen her with women, like hanging out and doing things like that's straight women wouldn't be doing to each other. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people in the entertainment industry. And then when you look at Dwayne Wade, right? Don't he look real feminine? And what man's going to be sitting there cool with his son becoming a girl?
Exactly.
You have to be like really in tuned with some shit to be sitting there being cool with your little boy wanting to make that type of decision at that age. You can't make that decision in my house at that age. Nigga, you better wait till you about 21 or you get out and you can make that decision. But you're not living under my roof. To each his own, man. But thank God Trump won. Because now we back to two genders again.
Now, yeah, bro, I've definitely been discriminated against in the social media space, man. Like, because I'm not gay. And usually it seems like a lot of those blogs, like the Shade Room and a bunch of others I don't even want to name, man. Like, you know, if you're not a gay blogger, they don't really want to repost your videos or any of that, bro.
No, they all think if you're the Breakfast Club, they will.
People don't even know that.
And it is a real thing. Mm-hmm. It's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? I went through it at BET. I went throughout the industry, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas will really press you.
The lawyer, whose identity is currently under wraps, has released an audio clip that reportedly features Bishop T.D. Jakes, a well-known figure in the Christian community, at a party far removed from the sanctity of sermons and holiness. The recording allegedly captured snippets of conversations and background noise from the event, painting a picture that threatens to undermine Bishop Jakes' carefully curated image of piety and righteousness.
Well, it's kind of hard to fake CCTV footage, simply because it's time-stamped and the pixels in that camera, any AI footage, the pixels is way higher than a normal camera.
For sure.
So, you know, you got to take that into consideration.
I think I'm gonna Google everyone who has a $200 million yacht, and we gonna line this. We gonna get close.
It's hundreds of guys.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Brooke, didn't you say you wanted a yacht?
Yeah. 200
million.
I'm scared to get money now.
It's getting scary.
It's not the money that changes people, because if you a man who get money, you know that this money is a tool.
Right.
It's not your identity. And like, I'm sure there are things that you wouldn't do for money.
Right.
So it's not the money that changes people.
Brooke always told me money only amplifies who you really are.
Yeah, you don't really know who you are until you get some money.
Right.
Yeah,
for sure.
Let you have anything in the world that you want. I'm gonna tell you what.
Now, Diddy was he had sued the liquor company. I forget the name. It was a hard name for me to pronounce, but he pretty much won the lawsuit. But you know, it was explained that in these lawsuits there's a morality clause. Do you think that his battle against this liquor company could have been what set this off actually, or was this only inevitable?
Well, you gotta look at it. We all thought he owned Ciroc.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, let's focus on the audio itself. While its authenticity remains under scrutiny, the details that have emerged are enough to grab anyone's attention. The recording is said to feature a blend of laughter, indistinct chatter, and conversations hinting at activities that starkly contrast with the moral and spiritual teachings Bishop Jakes is known for. It paints a picture similar to our figurative man lost in the woods, seemingly veering off the path after having guided millions with his words of faith and wisdom.
Man, me and him been outside together 15 years. Well, that's small. So, he's the reason I'm alive right now. You feel me? Like, he don't really care about money like that. Like, he don't really care about a lot of them. As long as he got his jewelry, he got his cup, he got his gun, and we doing our thing, he cool.
Yeah, that's all you need in life.
So, you know, whenever I know I got a situation coming up and, you know, the risk of dying is high, dude gonna make sure he there. That's what he like to do. Right. But anywhere I take my boy, I have to give him certain guidelines. On this particular day, I say, bro, I don't know what we're gonna see in here, but we get $2,500 apiece to keep these two models right here safe at this event. Don't get out of my eyesight. He said, Gordo, that's my nickname, Gordo. I said, Gordo, I love you, but I gotta go to the bathroom. I say, okay, bro, the bathroom over there, I think. So I'm over here dealing with them. About 30 seconds go, I hear, he got a gun. I'm like, I instantly know, I say, fucking do God. I look over there, I see he got joined up and it's out and he pointed at somebody. He say, hey man, everybody get on the ground. So now here I go, I gotta say, y'all stay right there. I come over here. 5 dudes in the bathroom. Everybody pants at their ankles. One dude even had no pants on at all. He even had no socks on. He getting extra crazy. I'm like, dude, what you just see? He say, bro, these motherfuckers in here all pulling each other. I'm like, what you mean? He say, man, sword fighting in here. Hey, we gotta go. I'm looking like, damn. Shout out Big Duga.
Shout out Big Duga.
Yeah.
Shout out Big Duga. Damn.
That's the thing, bro. Like, bro.
So, let's do it like this. Let me ask you.
Niggas would get mad at me. I wouldn't plug them with celebrities. And I say, look, bro, you don't know what you asking for. And when I see certain guys, I say, yeah, you definitely getting your cake stuck. Because you too thirsty to go be up here. 5 in the morning? You want to be in the studio with all dudes? Everybody out of ecstasy and cocaine? They sipping liquor? There's no females here? You the females, my boy.
Shit.
You the female. Oh no.
Now, Chris Columbus had a story that he told where he was laying down with his wife and he got a phone call from Diddy like at 2 a.m. saying, I'm at the hotel. And he's like, yeah, well, who there? Like, pull up. It's just.
This revelation raises numerous questions as the audience grapples with its implications. Is the tape genuine? Did Bishop Jakes really attend this party? And, perhaps most importantly, what does this mean for his standing as a spiritual leader? It's crucial to remember that this isn't the first time religious figures have found themselves at the center of controversies that challenge their moral integrity. History is full of examples where faith and morality collided, whether it be televangelists embroiled in financial scandals or spiritual leaders accused of personal failings.
We all go to Steve Rifkin house, and there was some weird vibes going on, you know, that I didn't really pay attention to at first. And then when Diddy came, you know, in the party, he tried to holler at Jill Marie Jones' girlfriend. And she was like, get out of here, Puffy, that's my girlfriend. The nigga like, I'm trying to put her on. You know what I'm saying? And he was making his way around the deck of the party. Like, I didn't go inside the house. It's like when we came in, we came through the back on the deck. He had a back deck. And then you could go from the back deck, you could go in the house. I was on the back deck with Boogie, Queen Latifah's girl. And we was burning the L. And then Diddy came over with, you know, the booty goons. And he was giving me the saliva look. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how the wolf looking at the steak? You know what I'm saying? And I'm ice grilling him back like, yo, nigga. Right? And then, you know, then I realized, like, oh, this nigga's like hitting on me, like. And he's standing here and he got like like 3 to 5 niggas standing there, and they all staring at me. Like, they was looking so hard, nigga. I put my head down. Like,
You said this is too intense, bro.
I went and grabbed Hillary. I pulled her outside, and she just thought that shit. She was tickled pink. She thought it was the funniest shit in the world. Like, yo, go get Kim. We out of here. I ain't even go back in. And she went and got Kim. We bounced and we left.
So he must have did that to a lot of dudes, man, and just assumed that all dudes just go for that, man, just in order to just go out and try people like that.
I would think it was my environment. It's the after party. You know what I'm saying? They probably are used to certain people coming to the exclusive party. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know where we was going. I just knew that he invited us over there, or invited Kim over there, not me, because I was with Kim. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we just went thinking it's another party. But I never went in the house, so I don't know what took place in the house. I'm not saying it was a freak off or not, you know what I'm saying? Because it was Steve Riff.
If the accusations prove true, this raises significant questions about the nature of Bishop Jake's business dealings. What does it say about his judgment and the decisions he makes to maintain his brand? More critically, it highlights the increasingly blurred lines between spirituality and the secular world of celebrity culture. If Bishop Jakes passes even one of the tests that were to be taken at that time in 2021, the judgment and the secondary consequences would be incredible. If a prominent spiritual leader like Jakes is entangled in such events, it underscores the growing intersection between faith and fame, where the demands of public image, entertainment, and personal conduct often conflict with the principles of moral leadership and spiritual integrity.
During his interview with The Art of Dialogue, Freddie talked about how powerful Diddy was in the industry.
So, people trying to make it, Diddy's the big dog. That fans know what they doing, they grabbing the big dog. When you sit at the table, and you got this white person, this white person, this white person, this white person, it's gonna be 2 rich white people, and it's gonna be Diddy as a right-hand man, and they probably got another right-hand man over there. That's how I feel the table going.
Now, fans think that Freddie was trying to hint at a deeper narrative at play here, like how when a powerful person like Diddy ends up behind bars, they become easy targets for their enemies. One person commented, "Damn, Freddie said something that went over your heads. Puffy was the bridge for hip-hop and Hollywood." So that makes Puff the biggest gatekeeper on the hip-hop black side. Yet they changing the regime, somebody taking Puff's spot, they don't want him there no more. And so life behind bars isn't exactly a walk in the park for Diddy. Heck, he was placed on protection watch during his initial days.
I'm wondering if that's why they placed him on suicide watch now, kind of what you were saying, protective coverage, because he is such a high-profile inmate. Do you think that could be part of it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, going from a life where you live in a mansion to going to sit in a jail facility is not something easy to deal with.
And yes, according to his attorney, Mark Agnifilo, the precaution is the protocol for new, high-profile inmate, and that Diddy was strong, healthy, confident, and focused on his defense back then. But let's admit it, Diddy's never getting used to that prison life, which is why he keeps applying for bail. He proposed a new $50 million bail package that included around-the-clock security monitoring, home detention, and restrictions on his ability to contact anyone except for his legal team. He also agreed to not have access to the internet or phone, and a pre-approved visitor list of select family members. He would also be surrendering his passports belonging to him and his family members. What's more, his legal team claimed that new evidence makes it clear that the government's case is thin against the rapper. Fans are waiting to see how the judge rules on this one. At the end of the day, no one's exactly shedding tears for the former music mogul. He ruined the lives of a lot of people, and as far as fans see it, he deserves everything that's happening to him. But what do you think? Is Diddy right to be paranoid? Should he just accept his circumstances?
Let's take a moment to reflect on the wider impact of this controversy. In this narrative, individuals often face crossroads where their choices can lead to either positive or negative outcomes. The metaphor of being lost in the woods resonates deeply as it reflects the uncertainty many experience when navigating crucial decisions in real life. It serves as a reminder of how pivotal moments can shape our paths, for better
lawyer here in Houston,
or worse.
I'm licensed in Texas and in New York. As many of you know, our law firm has been at the forefront of some of the most important litigation in the United States. We like the tough cases. We thrive in the complicated cases. Conduct we will describe today occurred over more than 20 years. And we're going to follow this evidence wherever it takes us. We will find the silent accomplices. We will expose the enablers who enable this conduct behind closed doors. We will pursue this matter, no matter who the evidence implicates.
The entertainment industry is cooked. Can you imagine how many other famous people and big executives are probably involved in this?
These brave victims who have stepped forward deserve nothing less. The biggest secret in the entertainment industry that really wasn't a secret at all has finally been revealed. The wall of silence has now been broken and victims are coming forward. Our team has had at this point more than 3,285 individuals contact us, people claiming to have been victimized by Sean Combs. We now represent 120 individuals who intend to bring civil claims in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs.
So they said they vetted. That's what it cut out right there, but they were vetted. 120 people.
Claims against many other individuals and entities that we will name as defendants as we file these individual cases. We also intend to make these individuals available to the authorities, specifically to the FBI. And you should also know a few of them have already been spoken to by the FBI. That being said, as stated, we are vetting every call that we receive. We have had to turn away some. For each, we ask for corroboration. For each, we ask for the identity of witnesses. We also have collected pictures, videos, texts, we check venues, we check dates. We want to corroborate that the claims being made have legitimacy and merit. We have on staff now a former detective from the Major Offenders Unit of Houston Police Department who is helping us vet each claim. We're using our common sense. We're being stringent because, as I said, these are not easy cases. They're very tough. The process is hard, and in some cases, the process is very lengthy. These cases are hard to prove. Many times, it's the victim's word against the alleged perpetrator. Each of these victims will no doubt be publicly attacked by the alleged perpetrators, and in some cases, the general public. The feckless and cowardly keyboard warriors love to attack. We know what we're up against.
Wait, is there anyone in support of Diddy? Is that a thing? Does Diddy actually have diehard fans that aren't like shitting on him right now? I've literally never seen a single one. Everyone's just like, yeah, this guy's psycho.
As I said, our law firms have been retained by 120 individuals at this point to pursue cases in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs. It is evenly divided between males and females. There are 60 males and 60 females who have joined us to pursue these claims as plaintiffs. In this group, 62% identify as African American, 30% are white, and the remainder are Hispanic or Asian. The victims are from more than 25 states. The majority are from California, New York, Georgia, and Florida.
This guy's menace.
I don't want to focus on the ages of these victims. When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old.
Okay, I didn't know about that. I thought this, what? I swear in my life I did not know about that part. Oh no.
We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of.
This guy is a disturbed psych.
If Bishop Jakes did indeed attend this party, it may suggest a deviation from the principles he teaches to millions. However, if this turns out to be true, it shouldn't necessarily define his entire legacy. Just as a lost traveler can find their way back to the right path, there is always the possibility for redemption and a return to the values that once guided him. A single mistake doesn't have to overshadow a lifetime of influence. What matters is whether he can learn from it and realign with the moral compass that has shaped his journey.
These knives are 6-9 inches long sometimes, you know, homemade with materials from the steel walls. It's very violent. There's stabbings at least a couple times a week. Heck, back in October, an inmate was charged in a murder-for-hire plot that led to the passing of a 28-year-old woman last December outside a New York City nightclub. According to prosecutors, the inmate used a contraband cell phone to orchestrate the plot from behind bars. So yes, anything can happen. What's more, investigators carried out an interagency operation to clean up the troubled New York City federal jail, and they managed to seize illegal substances, homemade weapons, and electronic devices. The raid had nothing to do with Diddy. It was only carried out to ensure the safety and security of staff and inmates at the facility, and was part of a larger safety and security initiative, and not in response to any particular threat or intelligence. And while their efforts are commendable, the point is, it's the Wild West out there. And that's exactly why one woman who lost her husband to violence at a U.S. detention center advised Diddy to not keep to himself and to not trust anybody. During an interview with Us Weekly, Ashley Cordero said, "The prison is disgusting. They have rats running through there and everything. It's disgusting inside. My husband used to sit there and say it was nasty that rats were everywhere. No human being should be living like that at all. No human being should live that way. You're not an animal. You're still a human." She also said, he, Sean Diddy Combs, should try to transfer to a different prison. My husband passed away in there. That prison is no good. Honestly, him getting denied bail in prison, but try to transfer. That prison is obviously not safe. If so many are complaining, that says something. Unfortunately, Diddy's lawyers have been having a hard time getting him out. They requested the court to transfer his client to a prison in Essex County in New Jersey. In their motion for Combs's bail, his attorneys wrote that several courts in this district have recognized that the conditions at Metropolitan Detention Center are not fit for pretrial detention. Just earlier this summer, an inmate was murked. At least 4 inmates have passed away by blank there in the past 3 years. However, the decision was ultimately put in the hands of the Bureau of Prisons, who turned down Diddy. Now, I want to point out that Diddy's not exactly wrong to be paranoid, because he's in the same jail that held R. Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Jeffrey Epstein. Now, legal experts have already noted the similarities between Diddy's case and Epstein's.
Prosecutors in both of these cases have said that the defendants were obsessed and that they used their wealth and their power, resources, network to satisfy these desires, and more specifically for Combs.
Even an anonymous Homeland Security agent who participated in the raids on his mansion said that Diddy is as bad as Epstein. But here's where things get concerning for Diddy. Jeffrey was discovered passed away in his jail cell on August 10th, 2019. And according to reports, he did the deed himself. But over the years, fans have uncovered several clues, suggesting that might not have been the case. And it's not mere speculation, since Jeffrey did know a lot of powerful people. And if he ended up exposing them, it would have meant a lot of trouble. So of course there was a long list of people who wanted him silenced. And that's exactly the case with Diddy. And even Freddie P admits it.
This situation brings to the forefront the concepts of hope and fear. Fear manifests in the anxiety that Bishop Jake's followers might lose faith in his credibility and moral authority due to this revelation. The fear is rooted in the idea that their spiritual leader may not be as trustworthy as they once believed. However, there is also hope. The hope that the truth will emerge, that accountability will be upheld when necessary, and that redemption is possible even in the face of controversy. Despite the doubts raised, the potential for growth and renewal remains, offering a chance for reconciliation and restoration.
But all the Freakoff alleged participants was there. You know what I'm saying? All the alleged undercover home niggas and women were there. You know what I'm saying? So he felt at home to make that move.
Do you feel like Ja Rule was part of that? Do you know personally know Ja Rule?
Yeah, I know Ja.
Do you feel like he on that type of time?
I never seen him do anything for me to say that he's on that type of time.
Okay. Yeah, Ja Rule seemed cool, man. I had him on the show and all that, man. But when that news came out, I'm like, damn, bro. I hope the homie ain't switch sides on us or nothing.
Well, what news?
What's that?
What news are you referring to?
Well, basically, those claims that Gene Deal put out there, man, about them being in the room together.
Oh, come on, when Gene Deal was guarding the freak door.
Exactly.
And Ja Cousin tried to come and go in. He's like, nah, nigga, it's the freak door. You can't go in here. You heard him say, there's some real freaky shit going on there. But just because Ja, Diddy, because I think they said Ja, Diddy, and 2 chicks was in the room. You know what I'm saying? So that they could have just been, I don't know what they could have been doing, but he didn't insinuate that Diddy and Ja was doing anything. He kind of made it seem like they was in there popping off with some chicks.
Okay.
So I'm not going to try to throw Ja in that mix. Now, if it was all niggas in there, then you know what I'm saying. But for me, I'm gonna give Ja the benefit of the doubt because he said it was. They had some. I think he named who was in there, but I just can't remember. But I know it was like 2 women. It wasn't a bunch of dudes.
Like the part that's a lot of people are leaving out, that it was 2 women in there. It wasn't just them 2 in there.
Yeah.
A strange thing. You mentioned in one of your interviews that you feel like your career was kind of hindered because you didn't give in to zesty activities.
That's a fact.
Were you being pressured by like higher ups to kind of, do weird things, or why do you feel that way?
The intersection of faith and fame has always been a complex and delicate one. On one hand, leaders like Bishop Jakes have used their platforms to spread messages of spirituality, hope, and resilience. On the other hand, the allure of the celebrity world, with its promises of influence and wealth, can be tempting even for those with the strongest convictions. This controversy serves as a stark reminder of the challenges that come with navigating these two worlds. It also invites a deeper examination of the cultural and societal dynamics at play, where the pressures of fame can often clash with the expectations of spiritual leadership, creating a complicated landscape for those in the public eye.
Well, now with the information age, the reality is a lot of times the truth is a short Google search away. It is that simple. Just don't take. And then the thing about it, don't get me wrong. Now you can Google search and then stuff can pop up that's still not necessarily be the truth. So what I typically do is I look at the first 1 or 2 stories if it's an opinion-based type thing, and then what I'll do is I'll scroll to like the second page of the results, because then you start to find out stuff that might contradict what you have read in the first, and then you kind of read between the lines and truly be have a discerning eye to what you read. And then between all of the information, a lot of times you can get to the truth for real. You just got to be, and then you got to know the difference between somebody's blog page. You Google something, and then the answer pops up, and it's somebody's blog. Well, that's still somebody else's opinion. Where is this person getting their information from? So you got to nail it down and get to a reputable information source, and then compile your answer. That's kind of how I do it right there. And reputable ain't necessarily always news outlets, because news outlets get stuff wrong sometimes too. So, I think that's the best way. A lot of times people just don't do their due diligence though.
And I think that's the thing, taking the time. Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, it all boils down to, in this day and time, people are just lazy when it comes. They don't want to do the research. They don't want to do the research, and it gets a lot of people in trouble. And that's why, and I'm gonna go here too. That's why so many problems in the church. They just take what the pastor says, and they don't look up the scripture and just look it up for themselves. So it's a lot of that going on, man. And then is another factor. News, like you said, news sources aren't always right, because now in this day and time, it's not important for them to be right. It's now important for them to be the first to report it. Then they'll recant later on. But I'm gonna say this: if you hear anything about me out here, 9 times out of 10, it's true.
I think
the pictures of you booed up with Aaron Carter.
Wait a minute, whoa!
The picture you booed up with Aaron Carter, them real.
That was a headlock, bro. That was a headlock.
That's what he said. It was a headlock. That's what he said.
I tell you, every time, Steve, I don't know, I'm gonna have to find something. Now that you're like away from me, I'm gonna have a little something to buzz you or something when I can tell you starting to go offline. But no, I do appreciate, I think both of you bring up great points. Even watching this guy that brings up Oprah Winfrey, just like even paying attention to what he's saying, like
Diddy's latest revelation adds to a life full of victories and scandals, with his parties often at the center. This audio raises questions about how he'll handle the accusations. Will he address the controversy or ignore it, as many celebrities do? His response could define his public image moving forward.
Lawyer's stance about Diddy, Tony Busby, a lawyer based in Texas, is representing over 120 individuals who are accusing Sean Diddy Combs of serious charges. Recently, Busby raised concerns that Diddy's high-profile friends are trying to distance themselves from him by removing certain posts from their social media accounts. This appears to be an attempt to avoid any connection to the legal troubles surrounding the rapper.
Many powerful people will be exposed. Many dirty secrets will be revealed. We know what we are potentially up against. And as is always the case in situations like this, when a celebrity is involved, people can be downright mean and nasty.
Busby also suggested that some of these celebrity friends are even paying off the alleged victims to ensure their names are removed from the list of those accusing Diddy. This situation has escalated since Diddy's arrest, during which he has faced numerous lawsuits from individuals who claim he misconducted them. As these legal battles unfold, troubling allegations have surfaced, indicating that his well-known friends may have been aware of Diddy's actions, often referred to as his freakoffs. These friends are now seemingly scrambling to delete any evidence that might implicate them. During an interview with the Law and Crime Network, Busby expressed his strong belief that many of these celebrity associates are indeed scrubbing their social media.
We also have collected pictures, videos, texts. We check venues, we check dates. We want to corroborate that the claims being made have legitimacy and merit.
He noted that they might be searching through their memories and deleting texts, photos, and any other information that could connect them to Diddy's legal issues. Busby stated, "I have no doubt that there are people right now who know that they were somehow involved in this." He warned that although this process of uncovering the truth will take time, they are just beginning to scratch the surface of the situation. Busby highlighted the difficulties victims face when coming forward about their experiences. He emphasized the importance of resolving these matters without public lawsuits, as it is often in the best interest of the victims.
If you're out there and you have been victimized, you are not alone. There is a great strength in numbers. You can seek redress. You can obtain justice. We can help you, and we will help you.
To that end, Busby has already managed to settle cases with several individuals, many of whom are known figures in the entertainment industry. He also made a public appeal for other victims of Diddy